Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my Fresh Start series. In the previous episodes, we only focused on doing activities that give account-wide stats such as adventure logs and various questing. Now, all we are missing is the barrier of infestation, which we do every week, and the Thieves Encyclopedia, which we are only waiting for pre-orders to fill in. That means now we can finally get ourselves into grinding for silver. But before that, the new patch came with new crystals, so we have to replace and upgrade our current crystals. We start off by getting the materials required for crafting the ultimate Macalod crystals. We already have 4 crystals of harmony, which is the exact amount we need. We have a bunch of lightstone sitting in our storage that is not being used, so we turned all of those into magical lightstone crystals. Next, we needed a dark red fang valor crystal, so we crafted it using the Kagtunak drop. I only had one though, so I had to buy more from the central market. Then we heated sealed magic crystals for magical shards. And finally, we bought a Han Macalod crystal. We just put those 5 in the simple alchemy, and now we got ultimate Macalod crystals. We also got a crystal of decimation from our nodes, and that is basically a better version of our crimson flames. So we did a tiny quest in order to get a crystal extraction tool. We extracted the crimson flame that we are currently using and upgraded it into a crystal of brutal decimation. Now we have even better crystals for easier and efficient grinding. We also used the Gurin fragment that we got from the previous episode, but we're still missing 2 more Macalods because we ran out of silver. So now we can finally grind to earn silver. Actually, no, not yet. I lied again. I'm going to do Cliff's quest and get the 3 Cliff weapons by defeating Red Nose, Giath, and Beg. Enhance those to Tet and exchange them for 700 million silver each. I thought this was going to be easy, but experiencing the enhancement system for the first time felt aggravating. What pissed me off the most was when I repaired the max durability to 100, it succeeded to Tet without fail. I basically wasted all of those mem frags because if you're using the gear, then you should repair it at max durability. But in this case, I just turned the weapon in for silver, so it is not needed. In total, I spent about 1 billion silver in mats, so it's still a 1.1 billion silver in profit, and there's no tax compared to selling the mats. And if I didn't make the repair durability mistake, that would have been around 1.4 billion in profit. So I would say it was good that we did it, and now we have a lot more silver and we're finally able to complete our new crystal setup. We completed the quest event for costume as well, which is just talking to the Black Spirit, and is really good for us free to play because now we have an earring costume that we're never supposed to get as a free to play. We also joined a random invite in a guild for the event rewards, and then went ahead and grinded the hell out at Ronaros. We popped our buffs, event buffs, Kamasilv Blessing, loot scrolls, and our Dorin Morgrim buffs. So we are sitting at 292 drop rate in Arsha server. After the daily reset, we were able to claim the 2 pets for joining a guild. The first one is an event pet, so we upgraded the one that we currently have. The second one is a rare pet, and that makes us upgrade our dog into a cat named Kath. That worked. We were also always pre-ordering otters, and we were able to buy 3. The first one we tried to upgrade long ago and ended up being a tier 2. The other otter we used to upgrade our parrot. That puts our account into a roster of almost full tier 3 pets. Then we just continued grinding at Ronaros until we got the pot piece at 65 pities. Judging from the remaining hours in our Dorin Morgrim buff, we have 5 hours left from the 24, so it's safe to say that it took around 19 hours to get it. So now we have a tier 2 infinite HP pot. I wanted to skip Blood Wolves because my pets just weren't fast enough to pick up loot at that spot, so I tried grinding at Manshomes for the MP potion. Turns out it was just as bad, so I kinda procrastinated and went fishing for hours instead. But I did get a duo narc while trying Manshomes for a little bit, so that's a pretty decent chunk of silver. While fishing, every time my energy got full, I would go to Navarne Step for the other MP pot piece. I kept getting double pities after double pities and then more double pities. It's not double all the time, but it happens quite a lot, which makes me think that this piece is probably the easiest to get. I also found out that if you do this on the normal server, you can see that there's only one tab of loot for the feather. However, if you go to a seasonal server, it's always double tabs of feather. I don't know if that means it's easier to get the pot piece on a seasonal server or not, but it's certainly interesting to know. After that, we bought a T8 horse with our silver, and even though we had a T8 before, the Corsair horse felt so much faster and better because now I can do an axle drift. We were also able to get another otter from the market, so we upgraded it. And that puts us into an entire roster of T3 pets. Now I had an extra T2 classic pet and I was contemplating between risking it or not, but I figured it would be a long time till I get a new classic pet since the only pets that we are getting in the market is a premium otter. I thought it's not a bad choice to YOLO it since it would be a huge boost in our account to get a T5 pet right now, so we attempted it at a 25% chance. It failed, but I still think it was worth doing on a classic pet. However, I will probably upgrade T4 pets at a guarantee from this point on. Since we now have a full roster of T3 pets, we started grinding out Blood Wolves, and oh boy was this spot messy. We got into so much fights, and being a rookie ninja didn't feel great at all. I also found myself getting desynced so much it felt horrible. But we do win some fights. You know, if I don't know what I'm doing, my opponent wouldn't know too. So at the same time, I was still going to Navarne Step when my energy got full, and it was a race between which piece I would get first, the Oath or the Voltara. And it was the Voltara piece. I got it from a Farina drop, which was the little guys and not the big ones that you hit to aggro the others. So now we are only grinding at Blood Wolves, and unfortunately I actually lost my Macalod crystal because I went AFK for a little bit. This clip is actually my second time dying while AFK because I thought this was a safe spot since I always place my horse here. Fortunately, I didn't lose my crystal on this death, but the previous one was painful. Let this be a lesson that if you want to go AFK, you better go to the character selection screen, especially if you don't have a miraculous cheer on your fairy, or you'll end up facepalming yourself like me. That's it for the video. I still don't have the lost HP pot piece, and I hope to see you on the next one.